To get the files ready to print, first we're going to put them into the larger rectangle that is 21 inches by 15 inches tall. So let's start with the line tool, L and enter for line. Click somewhere on your screen, go over towards the white 21 inches and enter. Going to go down 15 inches and enter. Go back 21 and enter, and click to close or hit C and enter to close. And there we go. We want to divide this in half. We can use our midpoints to do that. So with the line tool, click on the midpoint to midpoint, hit escape or enter to finish the command. And then if you hit enter, it remembers the last command you used. So since the last command I did was the line tool, I hit enter, it will repeat the line tool. And click on midpoint, midpoint, and hit escape or enter to finish the command. Next, I want to find the center of each space. So I'm going to take my line tool and I'm going to draw an X on each square. Next, I want to take my parts and try to find the center of each part. This is a big rectangle, so I can do my X again. Now, since this one is the same on all four corners, the center of this is the center of that circle. So we can use the center of the circle as our center point. Same thing with down here, since the center of this circle is the center of the object, we can use that center point for the circle. With this one, if we draw a line diagonal that opposite corner, the midpoint of this line is the middle of the object. Because if I did an X and I went out to, let's say, where the corner should be, kind of out here, notice that the midpoint is still where it crosses the X. So you don't actually have to do an X, you can just do half of an X, a diagonal line. All right, to move these in, we're going to use our move tool. You can click on the move icon, or you can just hit M for move and enter. You got to select your object, so I'm going to click once with my mouse and let go. Drag a big window, get everything to fit inside, and then click a second time to finish my selection window. When I'm done selecting objects, you hit the enter key. And now it says specify the base point. The base point is where you're going to move it from. And I want to move it from the center of the X. So I'm going to click on the center of the X as my base point. Notice my crosshairs are moving from that location. And I can snap it to the center of this X. Okay, it is important that you use your object snaps and that you don't just guess. Okay, this is what you don't want to do. I'm going to move, select everything, hit enter to finish, select my base point. You don't want to just click like this and then just try to line it up best you can. Okay, you're going to get close, but it's not going to be perfect. And we want it to be perfect. So you got to use your move tool, select, click on the center as your base point, and snap it to where you need to go. Another way to repeat a command is if you right-click your mouse and go to repeat, and it's going to have whatever the last command is. So in this case, repeat move. You can repeat a command, select everything. Once you're done selecting, you always hit enter. Specify your base point. It's going to be the midpoint. Click and pan. Notice that the pan, you have to hold in that middle mouse button. So hold in the middle mouse button, you can move it around. It's very useful. Something you want to get used to using. All right, right click, repeat move, select everything, hit enter. Grab my base point, it's the center of the circle, and click, and drag that down to the center of that X. Again, the fast way to delete all these X's is I'm going to draw a green window, a green selection rectangle, and grab all four in one shot. I'm actually going to do all of them and just hit the delete key. You don't have to do all of them and hit the delete key. You can just delete them one by one, but that's a little bit slower. All right, we need to add our name in the corner. We go up to text, single line text, click on the corner. The height is 0.5 and enter. The rotation angle is 0, so we can hit enter because that's the default. Make sure the cap lock is on, and go ahead and type your first and last name. Hit enter once to go to the second line. Hit enter a second time to finish the command. The print, it's just a review of what we did last time. You can click on the print icon here, or you can go up to the application button and print. They both do the same thing. Hit Control P as in print on the keyboard. Select the printer, depending on which classroom you're in. Might be the HP LaserJet 5200 at Hack. Select the plot area, what to plot. Click on the drop down and click on window. Draw your window from corner to corner. Now, if you messed up, let's say I drew a window and I preview it and I didn't get it. Well, if you click on this window button, it will take you back to be able to redraw your window selection. Always check center to plot so the print is centered on the paper. Make sure it says letter size because that's what we use. Uncheck fit the paper, and the scale is going to be 1 to 2. Click on the apply layout button to save those settings. Preview it to see if it looks right. It all fits. It's centered on the page. The bottom and top margins are the same. The left and right margins are the same. My name's there, all caps. And go ahead and hit the print icon. Or if you need to fix something, hit the close and cancel.